Yesterday completed the problem formulation initial state for the training platform curriculum B.9.0.1. Today going to be moving on to the problem formulation actions. So what are the actual actions that we're going to take? And for a little context, the problem formulation is centered around closed source executives. So what advantage do institutions have over micro, small, and medium enterprises because they have closed source executives? And what are some advantages that micro, small, and medium enterprises might get from an open source executive? With that, on the back of that, let's move over and say what the actions we might take to really start developing this curriculum. So this closed source executive is going to be related to a centralized institution, and an open source executive is going to be related to a decentralized institution. Let's see, I want to just continue whatever format I created last. I want to carry this on. So let's just copy everything above the response and bring that down here. And I'll just paste it above. So the initial state was about context. I think now we want to provide actions that we can take to start solving the problem identified. So we can show people who identify align with our problem. Don't exist that guide that show how closed source I like that. Okay, so there aren't clear mental models that exist that show micro and small and medium enterprises how a closed source executive contributes to corrupt centralized institutions. And institutions are very intangible to people. So when centralized institutions are corrupt and people don't like the state of their community life, they don't realize that taking actions to transform closed source executives, people don't recognize. All right, let's see what this provides us. Enter this in. Very nice. I like that response very much. So let's copy that, paste it in. Probably would have been helpful if I read it if I read it out loud, but I didn't. Let's see. So let's paste this in here, and let's move on to the next step. Update comment, and I'll convert it to issue and just close it right now. This next step, I'm going to combine what I just wrote with steps from yesterday. Let's do this. Oops, a little too far. So let's come here. We need to offer actions that we can take to start solving the problem identified, so we can show people who align with the context of our problem formulation initial state that completing this curriculum will add value. That's word soup, but it's fine. Clear mental models don't exist that show how a closed source executive contributes to corrupt institutions, and institutions are very intangible to people. So when centralized institutions are corrupt and people don't like the state of their community/life, they don't recognize that taking actions to transform closed source executives is a practical place to start. And then what will change here is the resolution. So let's update the comment. And I want to take from this resolution prompt, because I think it's going to give us a little bit more of what we want. Yeah. So then we'll come back here. Let's update this resolution. I don't want to fill in the blanks. I want to tweak this. Provide a list of 6 Let's update this, but go back to the first statement here. Maybe I'll just... Not sure if this is going to give something much more valuable than what we did yesterday, but let's just give it a shot and see. Convert to issue. And it might be fine that it's not that drastic of a change, because I do want this to be kind of a step-by-step evolution. The last step was really talking about executives. Hopefully this gives more context into the institution. Yeah, that's not really helpful. I think this is fine. I think this is giving us a step-by-step evolution a little bit. It sounds a little bit different, and I think it'll just take us a little bit closer to where we want to be. I think this is okay. Gotta do some scaffolding in how we teach, right? So can't teach everything at once, and I think this is the right way to go about it. So let me copy this. Let's close this out. And let's go here. Let's just do the flip side of this now. All right, so let's paste this in. Let's see what we get. We need to offer actions. Clear mental models don't exist. To resolve this complication, we can provide a list of 6 positive characteristics of a conscious, decentralized language institution that are caused by open source chief language officers with distributed and democratic power throughout the community. Transparency. Decentralized language institutions with open source CLOs promote transparency and accountability, leading to a higher level of trust and credibility. Decentralized language institutions with open source CLOs provide equal access to resources and opportunities, making it easier for micro, small, and medium enterprises to compete in the industry. Decentralized language institutions with open source CLOs promote efficient communication and innovation, leading to higher levels of competitiveness and market share. Promote creative freedom and diversity, leading to higher levels of innovation and growth opportunities. Promote fairness and equity, leading to higher levels of autonomy and independence for micro, small, and medium enterprises. Promote ethical business practices, leading to higher level of trust and credibility for the language institution. By completing the CLO curriculum, MSMEs can gain the tools and knowledge they need to contribute to a conscious, decentralized language institution and promote these positive characteristics. The curriculum will provide MSMEs with the ability to communicate their value proposition effectively, build a strong brand, and grow their business while also promoting transparency, access, efficient communication, creativity, fairness, and ethical business practices. Overall, completing the CLO curriculum is a practical and valuable action that MSMEs can take to transform closed source CLOs and contribute to a more fair and equitable language industry. Cool. cool. So that's the response. Update comment. Convert to issue. And then close the issue. And let's round all this out. Let me take let's take this more in-depth resolution and apply it to this in the same way, just with some updated language based on what we're talking about today. Provide a list of 6 disparities that show how All right, I think that's good. This is going to be pretty similar. Again, it's going to be pretty similar to the last question, which I think is fine. We'll be able to keep refining this as we go. I think the next pass on this, it'll be a little clearer how I propose the first set of questions. I feel like that's the same. This is consistent, right? Not the best response here. How do I want to go about this? Thinking about how I want to incorporate this into the meeting minutes. Actually, I think I'll just do the same as I did yesterday. I want to paste in this here to the meeting minutes. Don't even question it, just paste this disparity into the meeting minutes for the problem formulation. Actions. Okay. So we've got that in there, but I also want to get the actual problem statement in here. This, the action statement. All right, that's good. Let's just change this to closed. Then I'll end this video.